Hey everyone, and welcome back to Health Habits Unlocked. I'm Alex.
And I'm Casey. As you may know, we appear in the flagship health and wellness course from Innovavita Fitness to break down, longer lessons and complex topics for students. And we are here on the blog to break down longer posts for all you readers.
And today, we're taking a sledgehammer to one of the oldest, most repeated rules in the gym. I guarantee you've heard it. Don't let your knees go over your toes.
Right. I mean, it's the golden rule you're taught on day one. But the question is it a golden rule that helps you?
Yeah.
Or just old, well-intentioned advice that may be getting in the way? Like anything else, it's nuanced, but we'll get into that.
I was so fascinated by this deep dive article on squat mechanics. So, Casey, give us the bottom line. Is it really that bad if our knees travel forward when we squat?
Okay, the bottom line is that for most people with healthy knees, it's not bad at all. In fact, it's often essential for a strong, safe squat.
Okay.
That old rule is classic oversimplification.
And oversimplification, how exactly?
Right, telling everyone to squat the same way is like telling everyone to wear the same size shoe. It just doesn't work that way. Most things will be similar, but there are nuances to way people move.
Right.
But the most compelling point that I wanted to point out is where the force goes when you try to force that old rule of not allowing the knees to go over the toes.
Right. This is the part that just blew my mind because that was the first thing my trainer told me when learning to squat.
So a recent study by Fry et al. Found that when you artificially force your knees back, the pressure on the knee joint decreases a little bit, but that force has to go somewhere. Think of it like this. If you dam a river, the water doesn't just disappear. The pressure builds up and it finds a new, weaker path.
And in the squat, that new path for all that pressure is your lower back. So you're trading a little less stress on the knees for more stress on the spine.
Kind of. The study showed that restricting the natural knee tracking increased the torque on the hips.
Wow.
You may end up putting your lumbar spine in a really vulnerable position to protect knees that are built to handle that force in the first place.
And this gets even more specific when we talk about the type of squat, right? The bar position.
This is the piece that most people miss. So the main goal in a squat is to keep the barbell balanced over the middle of your foot. If you're doing a high bar or a front squat, your torso is naturally more upright. To keep that balance, your knees have to travel more forward to keep the bar in line with your center of gravity.
But with a low bar squat, where the bar is lower on your back, you hinge your hips more.
Yep.
So the knees naturally stay further back. The old cue actually kind of makes sense there.
Precisely. The mistake is applying that one specific cue to every single squat variation and body type.
Ah.
It's a classic case of mismatched advice.
So if this rule is mostly a myth, what should we actually be, focusing on? When is forward knee travel a sign of a real problem?
Good question. It's a problem when it's a symptom of instability. The real red flag to watch out for is your heels lifting off the floor. We should strive to have enough ankle mobility to squat with our heels down.
Okay.
If your weight rocks forward onto your toes, you've lost that stable base.
Ah, yeah. And what about the classic wobbly knees that cave inward?
That's the other key indicator. That uncontrolled movement where your knees collapse in, that's a sign of instability, usually from weak hip muscles or poor motor control. The problem isn't the forward knee position itself. It's more of a product of other problems in the kinetic chain.
Right.
It's the lack of control getting there.
So this is so much more nuanced. It's not about following some old rule.
No.
It's about building stability that's actually customized to your own body.
The actionable takeaway is this. Ditch the blanket guideline and learn to feel your balance and stability in the squat. Prioritize a solid, stable foundation. Keep your feet flat, control the movement down and up,
Yeah.
and allow your body to find its strongest, most natural squat pattern without compensation. You may need to work on your ankle mobility to allow this to happen, but that's for another article.
It's about understanding the nuance of your own body mechanics to find the exact right mechanics for you.
Exactly. That's where true technique mastery comes from, understanding your mechanics while applying the fundamentals of good biomechanics, not just repeating old coaching cues.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope this brings some clarity to one of the gym's biggest myths.
Now, here's something to try. There is a biomechanics simulator at the bottom of this article that lets you change the limb proportions of the armature. Try to duplicate your proportions and see what happens.